Community activist and businessman Wayne Gilbert is running for Richland County Council District 8. As a small business owner who has spent over 20 years working in state government, Gilbert is ready to bring his planning and problem-solving skills to the county. Gilbert recently sat down with the MinorityEye to discuss what he sees as the need for increased transparency on county council and the importance of having leaders who are accessible, responsive, and transparent. Wayne, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing well, Mike, and you?
I'm pretty good. Glad I could be able to sit down with you today.
Appreciate it.
Want to start off, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in Florence, and my parents, the late Senator Frank Gilbert and Ella Lois Gilbert, they were former educators, and they taught me the value of work, to have a good work ethic. They instilled in me integrity and gave me a sense of identity, all of which helped develop my character. After graduating from high school, I attended USC and graduated, and I met my wife there, who is Beth Evans Gilbert from Chesterfield, and she's a literacy coach in Richland District 2, School District 2, and we have one son who's named Thomas, and he's off in college. He's a rising junior. I actually worked for, which was formerly the Budget and Control Board. Now it's called Revenue and Fiscal Affairs, where I basically create plans, public policies that are fair and equitable to all the citizens. Been there over 28 years, and I want to use my planning skills and basically problem-solving skills and to bring that to the county level.
Okay. Well, tell me a little bit about what made you decide to get in the race.
Well, I've always been involved in the Northeast, and currently I serve on the task force, the Richland County Discipline Task Force. Mm-hmm. I've been a School Improvement Council person at Spring Valley when my son was there. And I think we really need to restore integrity back to county council, and the people need to have a person that they elect that they can feel confident in and lead Richland County to bring jobs, education and training opportunities. Okay. And I would also support small businesses because I'm a small business owner.
Okay. What would you, or what do you personally believe is the biggest problem with county council right now?
I would say integrity. I think, I can't say all of them, but definitely the majority are doing things that are not in the best interest of the citizens. Looks like they may be doing things that benefit themselves or too tied in with some of the contractors and developers.
Okay.
And I might add, very little transparency.
Right. What skill set do you bring if you're elected? What skill set will you bring to council that you feel would benefit the citizens of Richland County?
Two things, really. Again, I'm a small business owner, so I know about real estate. I'm the broker in charge of Palmetto Realty Services. So when you're talking about zoning and basically building, which kind of drives, I would say, the economy in the housing market. My other profession, working for the state, I use GIS technology, which is primarily a planning tool. So I would have an advantage of being able to plan and oversee and look at what the planning commission or others are saying and these developers, and know whether or not that's something that would be beneficial to the citizens. Because not everything that the planning commission approves is what the citizens or what's best for the citizens. Because you know it may fit the zoning and whatnot and the setbacks and all of that, but it may not be a good fit for the citizens.
Okay. How would you handle the current situation right now? It's all in the media, mismanagement of tax dollars when it comes to the penny program. How? What are some of the things? Well, just give us one or two things that you feel that could help resolve this issue or make this issue more transparent to voters.
Well, number one, the very first thing was the council should have taken the advice of their legal counsel and not going forth with the way they were going forth with the contracts. Some of the they could have handled like the public relations and so forth, perhaps in-house. And so anyway, I would say transparent. They need to come forth and say what the problem is and what they're willing to do. I know they had a emergency meeting the other day because Department of Revenue was looking at withholding or freezing the funds. And so they probably would not be able to make up that $3 million shortfall that they're looking at. But anyway, if they come forth, say what the issues are in terms of some of the contracts, they may have to try to, if they can, and hopefully they can avoid lawsuits, renegotiate some of those contracts and, and have people that are deserving of the contracts go ahead and fulfill the duties and provide the projects. Also, the other thing is, I'm concerned about the priority. I'm not sure how they had a priority list or whatnot of the different projects. I know it's 3 phases. They're looking at taking some of the money and using it for the transportation, the busing and whatnot. They also are looking at the 3rd phase, I think, or project. They want bike trails and walking trails, that sort of thing. Of course, the first thing was fixing the roads, the bridges, and unpaved streets. But nobody has talked about a priority list. And my concern is District 8 is heavily represented by people in the Northeast, like in the Summit area and Villages, Sand Hill areas, that area. But it stretches over to the Denver area. And so I think basically most of the money that's being generated is coming from the Northeast because you got, all of the businesses. And it's heavily the density population, and the value of the houses. A lot of the money that's being generated is leaving our area and going to other areas.
Okay, when you say priorities, give me your top 3 priorities that you would that you believe should be looked at first.
I would say our roads and bridges, especially in the Northeast area. Hardscrabble Road, it's been needing to be widened for many years. There are a couple of bridges that I go across every day. There's basically tearing up citizens' vehicles. So I would start with that. I think also looking at ways to support and our small businesses to spur growth and development, because some of the contracts for these with building and whatnot, improvement projects, they can hire some local people for that area. So if you're working in a certain area, hire some of the subs and other persons to be laborers, and so that would provide some jobs. So those are the 2 things that I would look at: the roads, as well as providing jobs.
Okay. Tell me, before I let you go, tell me a little bit about your campaign slogan, The Art of Leadership. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, the Art of Leadership, and what it's all about is the A stands for being accessible. I plan to be accessible to the people. The R means responsive to the needs of the people, and the T is for transparent. I'll be transparent in my decision making, and that's what I call the Art of Leadership. Wish folks would, I want to be the voice of the people. Wish folks would call me, and I've actually had a few citizens call me and give me some concerns, and I've called them back, and that's the kind of dialogue we need because I may have ideas, But, I need to hear from the citizens, and then I can be the voice once I hear what the concerns are.
Okay. Richland County primary voters will go to the polls June 14th. Before I let you go, is there anything you'd like to say to the voters?
Yes, I would encourage them to vote for Wayne Gilbert. I'm the only candidate I feel that can bring about transparency as well as integrity to the citizens. I bring problem solving and planning skills that probably no other council person has. And I'm not tied in or solely would be looking at contractors and developers. So like I say, I think I could do the job effectively and efficiently so that we can save taxpayers money.
Okay, Wayne. Thanks. Is there any contact information or website if somebody wanted to reach out to you to find out some more information about yourself or get involved with the campaign?
Sure. Have them to call me at 803-200-1777. That's 803-200-1777. Or they can find out more about me on the website, which is www.gilbertforcouncil.com. Appreciate any support. In fact, if you need a ride to the poll, May 14th actually starts our absentee balloting process. So give us a call at 200-1777.
All right. Wayne, thanks for taking time to sit down with us today, and best of luck to you.
And thank you, sir.